All right, test 1 2. Test 1 2. There it is. Let's get everybody in here. Bingo. There we go. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that, gang. It seems to be every single Monday that I have massive technical issues, but glad to be with you guys. Excited to be here. First off, I must start with an apology for all of our existing members. Last Friday in our afternoon 2 p.m. session, I had to leave early. We had some stuff come up here at work that I had to go facilitate, so I did have to cut off our last session short. Again, I do apologize. I've been really excited to get back with you guys all week so we can make up for that, start this week strong with a full head of steam and momentum. So thank you guys also again for all of your cooperation in that. Now, do we have any new members? Hey, if you're new to the challenge, gang, please go to the chat and type new for me. If you are new to the challenge, let me get everything set up here. Beautiful, multi, bingo, and let's do this and let's do this. All right, now we can see each other. If you are new to the challenge, please do go to the chat and type in new. My name is Dante Torelli. I will be your host and coach as we go through the next 30 days together. And I really want you to know it is a pleasure for me to be here with you. I don't say that because I have to. I say that because it is really true. I love getting to wake up and come do the job that I get to do every single day. Why? That's an awesome question. Thanks for asking. I love getting to do this every single day because I will never forget what it was like 8 short years ago when I was in your exact shoes. I will never forget when I was a realtor who was technologically incompetent, marketing incompetent, business incompetent, but Russell lit a little fire in my soul. I saw an ad hit my Facebook feed at 1:30 in the morning. Greatest thing I ever did was say yes to that ad, to click on it, to learn more. That brought me into this world. I've gone through the trials and tribulations that you've gone through. I've gone through the learning experiences that you've gone through. I will never forget what it was like when I first found this world. And I love getting to be here with you on the front end. As you start this journey, whether you have an existing business, an existing offer, an existing product, existing customers, or you don't. Maybe you have nothing. Maybe like Dawn, I understand nothing. It's amazing to have you here, Dawn. I was the same way at one point in my career as well. And I love taking the high-level marketing concepts that Russell teaches and making them simple for you. So for all of our new members, let me get a quick check-in in the chat and let's see who we have. I'm going to try and pronounce this properly. Big Guillermo is new. Dawn is new. Pam is new. Amazing. Cool. Amazing. Great to have all of you new members as you go through this challenge. This is the One Funnel Away Challenge. We are here so you can build your first funnel. Take your dreams, take your ideas, take your knowledge, take your concepts, take the things you've learned over the years, package them into a product and sell that product to customers. So having said that, we have 2 tracks in the challenge. One is the expert track where you would do exactly that. You would take the lessons you've learned, the things you've understood, and the frameworks that you've used to achieve success, and we teach you how to package those frameworks and sell those frameworks to customers as products, exactly as Russell does every day. However, we have a second track in the challenge. For years and years and years, the challenge was a 1-track challenge. Russell taught the foundations of marketing that every business owner needed to have in their funnels, but it leaned heavily towards the expert side of things. It leaned heavily towards influencers and creators. And our e-commerce side of ClickFunnels always kind of felt like they had a lot to figure out on their own. So we now have 2 tracks for experts and e-commerce owners. As you go through this challenge, we have champions for each track. So our e-com track is championed by Trey Llewellyn. Trey Llewellyn is an absolute e-commerce rock star. The guy is a walking, talking QVC billboard. He's incredible, and he shows up for us every single week. So Trey shows up every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Currently, in case you're trying to get your clock set, it is currently 11:12 Eastern Standard Time. So Trey is our champion of e-commerce. Trey is actually the longest standing, highest earning record holder for ClickFunnels with his G700 flashlight. He is the record holder for ClickFunnels, especially when it comes to e-commerce sales. And gang, he shows up every single Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to give us insights, to give us guidance, to share with us. He's given us so many different frameworks and foundations of how to have success in e-com. So if you're on the e-com track, that's going to be Tuesday at 12 p.m. where you get to ask questions with Trey, and he's going to help consult you in your business and your products and the decisions that you're making, so you make the right decisions at the right time to get the right results. Now, we also have our expert track, and that is championed by none other than Russell Brunson himself. Russell comes up Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is amazing, gang. We all know Russell, right? I don't need to give Russell a big introduction. Russell is the current godfather of marketing. The changes and innovations that Russell has made to marketing through the use of sales funnels and his trainings, we see those every single day in the literal world that we live in. The literal world that you live in was created and influenced by Russell Brunson himself, with all of his insights and all of his great ways to actually do marketing the right way, taking direct mail principles and putting them digitally online. So we have two amazing champions that love to show up and love to help us get to where we're going. You just need to choose your track. As always, my name again is Dante Torelli. I'm your host and coach for this challenge. So if you ever need any help, I am here to help you. Maybe you're at the beginning stages and you're just like, I don't know. I could be an expert or I could be an e-com, and I don't know what's the best choice for me to make. What are my skill sets and which venue, which trail should I go down? I am happy to help you with anything and everything at all. So really quick, the times that you have champion sessions. Well, let me go over the coaching schedule. You have daily coaching, gang. Everybody here is a VIP. Every single person has daily coaching. That's Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Exactly as you joined in today. It's the same link for your next 30 days of training. Same link every single day, even for Tuesday and Friday when the champions come. So Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., you can use that link and join into the coaching. I like to call this general coaching. In general coaching, it is a no borders, no rules, no boundaries session. I'm here to help you with anything you might be stuck on. The challenge is fantastic. We have training every single day for you to take and tasks for you to do to accomplish what you learned in the training. The training is great. It walks you through a lot of it. A lot of it you're going to be great with, but you might have some questions, and I am always here to answer those. But in general coaching, the no borders, no boundaries sessions, you guys, you could ask me any question you want. There's a lot that goes into this world of entrepreneurialism and business ownership. You know, one thing I like to say is if you go talk to doctors, they never open businesses. They always open practices. And that's because a doctor makes a commitment when they go to school to have a lifelong pursuit of mastery of medicine. I believe very firmly that business is the exact same. It is a lifelong pursuit of mastery. You know, for a doctor to truly be a master, that means the doctor has to have all the patients that come into his office, he diagnoses them correctly. And then of those diagnoses, he performs operations and surgeries, all the tasks that a medical doctor and a decision that a medical doctor has to make. For them to be a master, they must be perfect, and they must be perfect for an elongated time. I don't know if any doctor has ever hit it, and I don't know if any doctor ever will, but that's okay because we understand the pursuit of mastery. So that's what I'm here for. In the pursuit of mastery that you have to have a successful and sustainable business, there's many things that go into that. You know, business, if you've never heard this before, business is a reflection of self. It is the largest, truest, and clearest mirror you will ever look at yourself through. Our person is important. So woven into business and marketing and success is personal development. Woven into that is also entrepreneurial skill sets, like how to allocate task management and what's important and what's not, and how to identify your actual goals. Here I am right here. Here's where I want to get to. What things do I need to go to get me to that goal? And only doing that intentional work. Sometimes, gang, you might need inspiration. There's going to be some days throughout this challenge that you have big wins. One thing that Trey harps on, and I love it, I now harp on it as well. Small hinges swing big doors, baby. Small hinges swing big doors. Far too often, we don't want to celebrate the small wins. We only celebrate when we get $1 million, right? But all the small wins that we have along the way, That's what gets us to our actual goal. So you're going to have some days through the challenge that you have wins, some small, some big, but you're feeling amazing. You're going to have some days in the challenge that you don't have wins, that you feel a little bit confused. Maybe you don't know exactly what is coming next and you don't know what to do next, right? There's going to be many different days, and I just want you guys to know every single day, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will always be here. I promise you, I will not miss. I love to be here with you guys to answer your questions and to make sure that momentum never stops. Momentum here in OFA, momentum builds. It does not slow. Having said that, that's Monday to Friday starting at 11 to 12 every single day. You have general coaching. Tuesday at 12 p.m., Trey joins into this exact session. So it's the same link for all sessions throughout your 30 days, the same Zoom link that you used today. Trey hops in at 12 o'clock. So from 11 to 12 on Tuesday, we do general coaching. And then from 12 to 1, Trey hops in, and Trey's going to take us down the path that he has for us that day, providing insights and value. Wait till you guys see what happens. Then Friday, same exact structure as Tuesday. Friday, we start from 11 to 12, general coaching. You can ask me any question you have on anything. 12 o'clock, Russell hops in, and Russell answers questions for the expert track. Tuesday from 12 to 1 when Trey is here, those are questions specific to the ecom track. Friday from 12 to 1 when Russell is here, those are questions specific to the expert track. Aside from that, Monday to Friday, 11 to 12, general coaching, ask me any question you have whatsoever. Now, I think I've made it through. Yes, Dawn, great question. If you cannot make some of these sessions, I always stream all of these sessions into your community. I can show you guys later on, but in your private VIP community, you'll see a topic at the top, and that topic says live coaching calls. There in live coaching calls, you can find all recordings of all things that we've done ever. So even if you can't join in, and that's nice to know too, because in the trainings, you're going to see once we start doing coaching, I get really hype. I get really excited. And typically I do tend to move fast. I try and slow myself down. I try and stay really concise so you can digest and understand, but I do get moving quickly, especially if I get hyped up. So I always have these streamed. You always have recordings. Feel free as we're doing things, gang, feel free to live in the moment with us here. Feel free to just really be a part of the conversation and not be so diligent in your notes, knowing you can always go back and rewatch what we did here. That might be where you want to click by click, go do the things. That might be where you want to take more diligent notes. I think I've made it through all of our housekeeping here. So let's get into it. How do we get into it? Great question again. I'm glad you asked. How these sessions work. You're going to see Doug, Charlie, and Margaret all have their hands raised in Zoom. If you would, here's the deal. A rising tide raises all ships. And these coaching sessions are fantastic for all of us, especially Remix. Sorry, I had an issue with one of my softwares. It wasn't updating the dates. It got stuck. So some of them do all show 6:30, but you can look at the actual date of the posts and you'll be able to see which day we actually did those lives. I did fix it though. We're good to go this morning. How these sessions work. A rising tide raises all ships. So feel free, especially when early on. There are some major pillars that you may have in your mind or you may not have in your mind, but I'm going to have some major ways that I challenge the way that you probably currently think. And it's amazing for you to be in these sessions, to be able to hear the challenge over and over and over, to start shifting your mind into how we think as true funnel hackers. So feel free to join any and all sessions and be a fly on the wall. What I'm saying is if you don't have a question, you don't have to come here only with a question. As you'll see, we have 3 hands across the screen. Raising your hand in Zoom is how you let me know that you have a question. So we have 3 hands raised. The rest of everybody else is wonderfully here just to watch, just to observe, just to learn, just to make sure that they are learning every single day. And I encourage all of you to do the same. You know, Russell says on the first video of week 1 inside of your training, he says, I want you to take this serious. I want you to treat this like you spent $100,000 on a consulting package. And this OFA is your consulting package. If you spent six figures on a package, you would do every single training, you would do every single exercise, you would finish every single homework because you have paid that and you value that. But gang, you don't have to pay that to get the same value, and you don't have to pay that to be as intentional in the challenge. If you joined a $100,000 coaching program or consulting program, you absolutely would join every single live. So for these next 30 days, I would love for you all to be intentional in your time, intentional in your scheduling. I do understand life gets in the way. You probably won't be able to join all sessions because we're humans in 2025. I get that. But if we miss a sesh, can't we watch the recording? Yes, we can. We can be intentional with all of our time. We can be intentional with our tasks. We can be intentional on knowing where we want to go and the steps we actually have to take to get there, and getting rid of all the other nonsense and only doing tasks that are good for us to do. So for all of our new members, please feel free to join in on any of these sessions that you would like to join in on. We are more than happy to have you for anything. We want you to learn, leverage your colleagues and their questions and their examples so you can grow every single day. And I promise at the end of these 30 days, you're going to be a different person than when you came in, and you are going to look at the world. You're going to see opportunity everywhere that you look. And I'm really, really excited to be here with you for the next 30 days to help make sure that that actually clicks in for you. Gang, if you would like to raise your hand in Zoom, Zoom changes every single week and makes this button harder and harder to find. So if you have a question, if you would like to raise your hand, please just raise your hand in Zoom. To do so, click the little heart at the very bottom of Zoom. That's called your Zoom control bar. You'll see a heart, and that heart says react. Click the heart, then a pop-up shows up. At the bottom of the pop-up will be a button that actually says raise hand. If you just click that, beautiful, just like Rick just did. If you have a question that you know right now, I need an answer to, I need help, please feel free to raise your hand. And as we're going through, you're going to see the chat in Zoom. Feel free to use that chat. I always do my best to pay attention to it. So if you have questions on something we're going over, if you have an aha that you learned from somebody, feel free to put all of those questions in the chat, and I will make sure to answer going through. Also, last thing of housekeeping here for new members, I need you guys to know this. My rule for these sessions is the same thing as a hippie's rule for hacky sack. If you don't know the hippie's rule for hacky sack, there's a rule that's never say sorry. As you're kicking the ball around the circle, if you miss a kick, if you drop a kick, you are not allowed to say sorry, because everybody does once in a while. Same exact rule here. There are no sorries. I don't want you to be sorry for any question that you have or any time that you use. I love how you guys are super respectful about time and caring about others, making sure they get their questions. But, oh, nice, Doug. That's awesome. No sorries allowed here. Also, no stupid questions. I promise I've already asked every single one of them. There is not a stone that I've left unturned. It is impossible for you to ask a stupid question. I already did that heavy lifting on the front end. So you guys come with any and all questions that you have. Anything slowing you down from getting to where you want to get to, we're going to smash that. We're going to move past that. We're going to do big things. It is great to have you guys here in the challenge. Welcome, welcome. So let's get to work. Doug is going to be first. Morning, Doug.
Good morning. Why don't you take Charlie first? I think his question might be more pressing.
Sounds great. Charlie, great to see you back, my friend. How are we?
I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be back, Dante.
Awesome.
Good to see you again. And
It's good to see you.
I'm gonna, so I've been on this a couple times, and anybody new here, I just have to say, like, I've come across all these barriers and whatnot, and Dante basically helps me get over them, so I'm able to keep going to the next hurdle. And so now, Dante, I'm at the next hurdle.
Bingo.
So just a really quick, I have a community that has about 750 people in it. It's very engaged.
Good.
I think we're now 11. Now we're number 11 on the school platform for hobbies. So it's, we're close to like the top 100 of all communities in school. So we're really engaged.
Amazing.
That's all great, but now I need to monetize it, which is why we're here. So I did the first t-shirt sale and sold about 26 shirts.
Great.
And the second t-shirt sale sold about 17. And I really had to put some social pressure on people to buy them. And I was going to put a poll out this afternoon to ask, hey, you know, basically try to find out why people are not buying now that because we went from like, I don't know, 500 people now to 750 people. So there's a lot more people, but the number of t-shirts are going down on
Mm,
sales. And I was going to ask, is it because it's color black? Is it because you already have a t-shirt of ours? You don't need another one, stuff like that. So I was going to put a poll out there.
mm-hmm.
I did get a lot of feedback from people that they want to support this community. They're like they get a lot of value out of it and they'd be happy just to donate every month.
Mm,
Which originally said that sounds great, but then when I start thinking about it, I don't know if that's not great because when I'm thinking about it, if somebody's going to donate $5 or $10 a month, that's not going to cut it. I need to get $20 a month on
mm-hmm.
a perpetual basis. And if somebody donated, they'd be less inclined to do something else, like buy a t-shirt. So,
Possibly.
so here's where my next hurdle is. Um, you know, one, how do I get more t-shirt sales? And then two, I was also thinking about, and that's probably what I've been talking with Doug also. Doug and I have been, we're trying to work together to help each other, which is phenomenal.
Awesome.
Uh,
Funnel hackers helping funnel hackers. We love
yeah,
that.
and Dustin, I don't know if Dustin's on. Anyway, someone else I'm doing that with. But anyway,
Great.
the other thing I'm rambling a little bit, but the other
It's
thing
okay.
I was thinking about doing is bourbon of the month. Because that is something that the community would value more. And, they drink it, they needed something else. It's a consumable. It's not like, oh, I've already got a t-shirt. It's well, I always need these guys, they collect so many bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm collecting a lot of bottles. Ugh. So yeah, I started going through the logistics of being able to do that and seeing if I can get a $20 profit on that per month and see if that grows.
Okay,
I
cool.
either-
You 100% can. Just make a VIP upgrade. You can make a VIP upgrade where maybe they just want to donate and maybe you make the minimum donation $20 a month, right? But what I would tell you to do is make an offer. Because anytime somebody buys from you, they're always doing the math in their head. Am I actually getting the value from this? And now if they donate, what if the group is fizzled for a month? What if they don't like the posts, right? And now it's like, well, do I really want to upgrade? What if you did a VIP upgrade where it's kind of like a Patreon? Now everybody can just join the group. But if you become a VIP, see, I would tell you to make a whole package. So here's what I'm thinking. We'll talk about t-shirts at the very end, Charlie. Here's what I'm thinking. And this is, I think, exactly what Trey would tell you. Your customers already told you what they wanted. And we build what our customers want because we have a customer first mindset. You now have 700 people in the group. And I remember you talked about your community wanting to buy a barrel.
Yeah.
They want to buy a barrel.
Yeah, that's
So
expensive. It's
how
super,
how much?
it's going to cost over $100 a person, and that's if we were able to sell 200 bottles.
You have 700 people.
Yeah, but we have that's not going to be how many people we're going to buy. Like we did polls, and we'll
Uh-huh.
get like maybe 50 people to actually fill out the polls. So I mean, we have, a lot of people in there, but not that many people are, engaged. The people that are engaged are extremely engaged. And we have 750 people. I'm thinking, we have 60-ish types of people that are engaged to some amount. And then, there's probably like 20 to 30 that are like, we're going to spend money to make sure this thing survives.
Have you reached out to those 20 and 30 and just had them invite any other real aficionados that they have?
I did. I did
Okay,
it. Well,
cool.
I did it by a post. I didn't reach out specifically to them.
Oh man, I'd be sending messages. I'd be like, man, I value you so much. I love seeing how engaged you are in the community, and like you are why I built this. I just wanted to say, if you have any other friends who are like you and really value this, I'd love for you to share with them. You guys are shaping and forming our culture here. I love everything that's happening. So anybody like you who you would like to invite, we'd love to have them. I would just dress it up and I'd be like, you're amazing. I want more amazing people like you. Reaching out like that in a DM just it has a different feel. It's like when people write you a handwritten card for Christmas, right?
I hear you.
So other monetization methods, so maybe the barrel is still something that we're shooting for in the future. As I'm really thinking about it, Charlie, it's like become a t-shirt subscriber. That's what I'd tell all of them to do. I'd be like, guys, the best thing that you can do is just become a subscriber and get a t-shirt of the month every single month. That's what I would be doing, because then they have it and they're always going to like the shirts. They're always going to like the community. And then from there, we're hitting different upsells, right? But that gets you your MRR, your monthly recurring revenue. And we want that so badly. Like, that's the thing. Because if I have MRR, then I can put my t-shirts on autopilot and I can start coming out with like sticker packs. I can go to a custom coaster place and we can now do a collab that I bring out to my community. So I can come up with 100 different ways for you to bring in new products. I would still tell you, we need to nail the t-shirts. You're right. Seeing your customer grow, I would expect to see t-shirt sales rising in tandem with that. Yeah. So what was different about this second round of t-shirts? Did you get like noticeably less engagement in your posts and in your polls and in any of that? Or was it kind of the same, just less buyers?
Yeah, I think, and I was gonna put out a poll this afternoon to try to get more data around it, because people are good at filling out polls.
Yeah.
They're really helpful, and I'm using Opinion X so that it's basically able to say, rate these. We can have multiple 5-star things, and it gives me a lot more flexibility than school does. But I guess the feedback that I did get is I already have a t-shirt and I don't want another black t-shirt. Those are the kind of the two pieces that I did get back, but I'm going to have a poll to try to get better feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Charlie, that's 1,000,000% what we should do, right? Because the funnel sells, the funnel works, and now it's just asking our customers the question, listening to the answers. If they come back overwhelmingly as like, I don't want black, I already have black, great. Make the next one white. I believe the hierarchy of t-shirts goes black, white, I think orange or green was the next, but black was like 80%, white was 10%. The rest of all the colors are a really small percentage of t-shirts actually sold. But 100, yeah, gray's definitely in there, Doug, 100%. So anyway, Charlie, that's 100% what I would tell you to do. I think that's 100% what Trey would tell you to do. Amazing timing. He comes up tomorrow, so he'll be really interested to talk about this. But it would be 100% asking my customers, why didn't you buy? Because sure, you only had 26 buyers. So like of the first set of shirts. So yeah, some of them were like, I already have a shirt, or I already have a black one. Okay, cool. Then they just wanted to buy one shirt, and that's fine. You're going to have some customers like that. But you got 200 more people into the group. So that should have, at the very least, I think, offset the people that didn't want one again. And if that's the case, then that would be too many people that don't want one again. So that would lead me to think, well, what about the design? Because like this is a bourbon guy and they wear bourbon shirts. So did I make a design that really resonated with them? Is it really the color, or is it just they didn't like do I have to get better at designs? And how do we know? We're polling our customers. We're asking, we're calling buyers. Have you called people who bought one but not two?
I mean, I don't have their phone number. Actually, I probably do, don't I?
You sure do, because they filled out the order form, and I'm pretty sure you collected phone number. So I would tell you to go to your ClickFunnels account and filter out the people who did purchase one but did not purchase two. Then great, I have a list of my people who already know me. I could just give them a call. Hey, Charlie here. Look, I'm not trying to get you to buy another t-shirt, but your knowledge and what you feel is so valuable to me to be able to create this amazing community that in the future I see us doing all these things and I want to do those. So could I just ask, you bought the first shirt. Were you satisfied with that first shirt? Yeah, it was nice. Have you washed it yet? Yeah, I washed it a couple times. Is it holding up? It is. It's holding up really well, actually. Oh, it's amazing. I love to hear that. Cool. So I noticed you didn't do another shirt, and that's totally fine. Like I said, I'm not here to try and get you to buy another shirt. I'm just curious. What was your reasons for not? We have a lot of people who did, and they really enjoyed it, but you didn't. So I would just love to know, why didn't you want to do a second shirt? And they'll tell you. They'll literally tell you exactly why. So there may be some culture stuff that we can then start shifting, right? We're like, maybe just having more of a culture in the group of sharing the shirt and sharing photos, right? Maybe getting the initial 26 who did buy to go in and post a comment about the shirt, so the shirts are more talked. Is that all making sense, Charlie?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when the first shirt came out, I had people repping, the shirt. They'd show the shirt and and have pictures and they'd post it. Um, this time it was kind of lackluster, and I had to do social pressure to kind of get them to buy shirts.
And what kind of social pressure was that?
I'd have to like have another post. Like I put just like Trey said, I started on Monday morning, actually like midnight Sunday or whatever. I started at Monday, and I was expecting to get, I was expecting to honestly to get over 20 up to 40 shirts on Monday.
Yep.
And I got like 7. And I'm like, wow, what's going on here? And so then I used ChatGPT to try to get some, insight into what was going on, and came up with, okay, let's post something on Wednesday. Hey, we need to get to 15, and I think we finally got to 17 on Sunday. So yeah, I could go and, so I think people realized that, because some people were going like, I was telling people, yeah, I do need to sell these things so that I can run the community, right? Like at the end of the day, it costs a lot of money to run this thing, so I need income to be able to sustain that. And then that's where people were going like, well, I'm happy to donate on a monthly basis, which I thought about, and I'm not sure that's a great idea, but maybe.
Yeah, and we should be making products they want to buy. That's a big part of why they're in the community. So I would be calling those people that wanted to donate, and I would be finding out why they didn't want to buy the product. And then I'd be addressing those things and we need to figure out that formula to make products that our customers want to buy. Because we can toss different products in there at different price points too, right? Like once we nail t-shirts, did you ever buy the Live Strong bracelets? Yellow, they were like the yellow rubber wrist bracelets back in the day.
I don't think I did.
This was around like 2008-ish. Okay. They were yellow Live Strong bracelets. Well, anyway, they're just simple yellow bracelets, yellow rubber bracelets that go around your arm. They're gender neutral. Men and women wear them both. And you can get those made for like $1.30. I'm pretty sure right now you can land those products for like $3, and you could sell them for $12.95 in your funnel all day, right? So we can throw new products in front of our customers. You can have custom belts made. We can go to hats. We can go to socks, right? There's so many different products we can throw at our customers. We need to nail how to make products our customers want to buy. Instead of those donations, we need to make products that they say, I want to join the community, or I want to support the community because I love it. And wow, this shirt is cool enough. That's how I'm going to support. This is cool. I want this. I buy.
Okay.
100%.
So you agree that donations are a bad idea?
I would agree. After purchasing a shirt, I do.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't mind
No,
donations.
no, no. It's a bump. People are still doing that. I mean, the first go around, they did a lot. I have a Google spread. Whenever someone
So
buys or
what did they
donates,
see? What did they see from that, Charlie? And what I mean by that is, yes, Scott, look at you, custom engraved bourbon glasses. So what I mean, the beginning of building a community is always the hardest, and it's always where we're putting out. Typically, we're putting out more than we might be getting back. So many people bought shirts. Many people donated. Did we do any sort of giveaway?
no.
So this is community. A lot of times we would have sold those first wave of shirts, and yeah, it's just gang, this is good what we're doing right now though, because once you nail this, we're just replicating niche by niche by niche by niche. This is what Trey does, and this is how Trey gets people like Miss Rachel. If you're familiar with Miss Rachel, the childhood reality TV star who swept the nation, this is how you get Miss Rachel's reaching out to you saying, hey, you help me build my community? Because you got it, because you did it, you lived it. Everything we're doing right now is real and good and all true things for you to be doing. So people bought shirts. And then on top of buying the shirts, people donated to the community. As a member, how would you feel as a member of a community? How would you feel if you donated, you did all this stuff, and then you just felt like you never really saw anything back from that? Right? After a while, you may very well be like, well, I don't know about this, right? It wouldn't make you feel amazing. So what you could easily do, Charlie, is do a giveaway. Right? Like if you want to get the culture back to buying things, and if you want to get reciprocity back pumping up again, just buy a bottle and do a bottle giveaway or something like that. We could.
How should I do that? Should I just like spin a wheel and just say, hey, anybody who, I don't know, has donated or bought a t-shirt, I'll spin a wheel?
I would probably do it. I would do it more so anybody who has filled out a poll, anybody who's like giving you information, or I would do it to the whole community, the whole thing. You know, guys, we have an amazing community of Bourbon Autos here through our t-shirts, and a bunch of you guys have joined our t-shirt club, which is amazing. And this has really opened up doors for us already. So as a simple thank you, I'd love to roll out our first giveaway. This month, we're going to be giving away this bottle. I'd roll it out to the whole community. That way the whole community is entering into the giveaway. They're all opting in. They're all joining. Now they're all feeling reciprocity. It's not just like, hey, you did something, so now you get it. Does that make sense? Because it sounds, from what I'm hearing, it really sounds like culture to me. I hear better designs and better culture.
Okay. I don't know if I can extract that from school to get everybody's name. I can see.
Cool, then do it for the whole community.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. If can I get all 750 names from school?
Oh, surely. Yeah.
All right. I've never tried, so I bet I could.
Well, you could also, Charlie, what you could do then is you could put a post in school that leads to your funnel where people can opt in, and that opt-in registers them for the giveaway, and you're going to spin a wheel at this date and time or whatever you're going to do, right? Then you give it to the whole community. You give it to the whole group. They can share it amongst their friends. Now, and you can position this so many different ways. Hey, because of the amazing generosity of the community, I thought this was going to take a little bit longer, but we actually had a little bit of leftover. So with that little bit of leftover, we're going to give it away, and we're giving it right back to you guys, right? It's just a marketing we see all communities have. And then you could take that and you could say, make sure to invite any friends. If you've not yet shared the Bourbon Autos community, we're about to hit 1,000. We're about to go private. Before that happens, and get your friends in on the giveaway, share, make sure to use this link.
All right, I'll have to figure that one out. Basically, all right, I'll have to think that one over. But maybe give away a bottle. Shipping bottles can be tricky, but
Okay, great. Go get coasters. Go get shot glasses.
I got the coasters that I made from when I first started. I could just order a
Well,
bunch of them.
I'm actually, as I say, go get coasters. What I'm talking about is I don't know, I don't remember how you found those coasters, but I'm talking about going to like a woodsmith around me and having like some custom coasters made, and then maybe he can engrave in there the Bourbonato's community name. Right. And now we got something classy. Maybe he even hits him with a torch and he can kind of burn them and give him that look and feel that somebody wants to have in their bar, in that space that they love and they show to everybody. That's what I'm talking about. And maybe you just send them two, and maybe it's $50 that you got to pay the carpenter. Right. But now, oh man, look at those coasters. Those are sick. You have a great picture of them with with a glass of bourbon with some smoke rolling out of it in a bourbon cave like you have as your background right there. It's just getting people back in reciprocity, and then I'm using it. Like there's other ways, there's so many other ways that we could monetize, and like I just keep seeing culture. Everything I'm wrapping around is like back to culture and disseminating culture to the customers, right? For instance, I could do monthly VIP giveaways or hey, sorry, not subscription giveaways. So hey, everybody who joins our t-shirt club, every single month we're giving this thing away, right? Maybe it's a custom coaster. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe you can go to a carpenter and maybe you can buy 25 coasters and he'll sell them to you for like $5-10 each with some scrap wood that he has in the back. Right now, great. You can have every single month you're putting out a post. Hey, gang, t-shirts coming up, and make sure to become part of the t-shirt club where every single month you get a super sick, unique, and genuine Bourbonato's t-shirt all about bourbon and what you love. But also, all t-shirt members get entered into our monthly giveaways full of amazing prizes and packages. I'm just hearing culture like Trey. Trey, the first thing that he did, he sold t-shirts. The next thing he did was he did a giveaway. Typically,
Really?
and what he did for his giveaway, Charlie, he did like a $250 giveaway. Yes, he was negative, 100%. He's at this point, he's negative, but it's so important about culture and reciprocity and setting that tone. So what we would normally do for giveaways, and you can do this, Charlie, especially now that you have a community with some actual leverage, I would be going to manufacturers, people that make like So what Trey did was Trey made an aviation bundle to give away. He had a really cool duffel bag. He had a visor thing that you could put on your helmet to block the sun. He had, I believe it was like a compass instrument tool. And I think he threw in another t-shirt into the giveaway, one of his aviation t-shirts. But he made now a bundle, and before he made profit, he took that giveaway to the community, and it's amazing. It was a super sick bundle that they really wanted. And there was a pleasure for them to be in the community to have access to get that aviation bundle, right? You could do the same thing. Trey doesn't need to worry about pennies, right? He can afford to lose on the front end. He doesn't care. So Trey just went and bought the products themselves. What you would normally do in a bootstrapper fashion, Charlie, is you would go to the company themselves that are offering the products. And you would say, hey, I'm running a giveaway to my community. We have 700 people. This is going to be the first giveaway. And we estimate by next month, we'll be well over 1,000. And giveaways are something we really plan on doing heavily in the future to our community. I love your product and I want your product to be featured in front of our community. So if you would like to sponsor our giveaway and just send us this product, there's a couple different things we can do. We can say, we will make sure to brand this and put your name all over everything so you immediately get in front of our entire community and they all see your amazing brand. You could also say, if you want to sponsor the products for this giveaway, I will share the entire list of people in my community, or I'll share all the list of people who register for these products. I will share that list with you. And that's gold for them because that's a list of people who just had intent. Instead of them having to go run Facebook ads or figure out user generated content, they're like, great, we have a warm list of people that just opted into these products that we could hit next week and we could sell them more. Amazing. And they'll sponsor the products for your giveaway. Trey didn't do it because he doesn't have to. It's not worth his time. But you could. You definitely could.
All right, you give me a lot to think about. I need to focus on a giveaway.
I think we need to focus on culture. Is
Okay.
what I think. I think we need to focus on group culture. And I think we need to lay better foundations of some reciprocity here.
Okay.
But the number one homework I would have for you, Charlie, is what we talked about first. The number one homework I would have is you have people who bought the first t-shirt and did not buy the second t-shirt. I would call every single one of them and just have a genuine conversation where you don't make statements. You only ask, ooh, why? Could you tell me more about that? What makes you feel that way? That's it. You're never going to attack. You're only going to listen.
Yeah.
Then every single person who said they would love to donate, I would call and I would have a conversation with them. And I would find out what price points they were even thinking about when they talk about donating. What is something they're even comfortable with? And then I'd probably also throw out some ideas like, hey, so I've had some really big ideas about some VIP stuff where we could make custom bottles and we could make our own thing. And I've thought actually about doing, I think, Charlie, I think they have packages out there where you can make your own liquor, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just like beer. I think you could. So like maybe VIP, where they have monthly payments, a subscription, maybe VIP is every single month. We're going to all, as a community, we are going to go live once a week and we're all going to make our own bourbon together. And maybe we do that and now instead of just saying, yeah, donate $15 to the community, maybe they'll be happy to pay $47, $67, $97 a month for them to, you ship them out the package and maybe you pay $47 for the package. You ship it to them, you charge them $97 and you do a Zoom every single week where you and the VIPs are all doing the thing. In the future, as you've already seen, you're going to find all-stars that love that process and you get them to run those weekly meetings for you and you're not showing up. But that's what I would see. Like, I want to know everything that they're thinking. What would you feel comfortable donating with right now? If you were to do it like right now, what numbers were you thinking? And then, well, are you open to a more premier and luxury experience where we can be more close knitted together and do great bourbon related things? Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
I want to hear from them. They have my answers. They have every question I have. They have the answer to it. I want to hear it right from their mouth.
I will say we have one other thing that does go towards this culture, and one of our guys is he teaches at the Whiskey University where you can actually get like degrees and stuff. Remember?
Told me, yeah, and he wants to start like running classes, right?
We did one last night and it was awesome. It was supposed to be like an hour and a half and went 3.5 hours long. We had about 20 people on it. Everybody just raved how good it was and learned a lot. And we drank way too much and had a great time. We did drink
See?
too much. And it was fantastic. And we're going to do another one next month.
Great.
And so what I think I'm going to do is this is a little kind of but it's hard for everybody to get some of these bottles. So I was going to get the bottles that we need and get samples of each one of them and put in a package, and whoever wants to could buy this package. I get a little bit, send them out. And I would probably do that myself just for the next,
Yes, that is amazing, Charlie. And if I had to guess, every single one of those people would pay $27.97 a month on subscription to have access to those VIP meetings. If you made those VIP only, that could literally be a VIP offer.
Make those VIP only.
Yeah. And now, like, you're all of this, I promise, once your customers tell you what they're thinking, you build a community for them, not for them. And once they tell you what they're thinking, all this is going to start clicking. In the class, is he just educating, or is he going to end up teaching people how to make their own bourbons?
No. It's basically just understanding the bourbon kind of history and process and all that stuff.
Cool. So yeah, $27.97. What's 28 divided by 4? 918, 27, 816. What is that? 7?
A little over 7.
Little over 7. Those 20 people, how much they love that, they would pay $7 a week to join those calls. 1,000,000%. And now you can take those things and that becomes VIP offerings.
Okay, because I'd have to talk to the guy who actually teaches, because
yeah, and you could pay him $7 a head each week. So they're paying $27.97. Basically, that's $7 a week for each customer. So you give that guy $7. and you keep the remaining 23 or whatever the math equals out to, right? And he'd be happy. He loves doing this. He did your honest observation. Did he seem like he didn't want to stay at the end of it, or was he having a great time and he was loving it?
We couldn't stop because he just kept on going. But I think it's because he's passionate about the whole subject.
It's like if you gave me a microphone and told me to talk about marketing or nature, not stopping. I can go for, I love it. It fills my cup just like it does for that guy. So now he would do it for free, but give him a sweet little deal. Give him a sweet little deal. Make it worth his time. Make it so where when the day comes that he doesn't want to do it, he still does do it. And boom, it's off your hands. That guy's literally making you money.
Should I ask the people that are more interested if they would do something like that? Like, I want to make sure that I don't, yeah, I should do that. I should talk to, because I've got these, 20 people or whatever, maybe talk to each one of them, say, hey, this is, because a lot of them understand that, this doesn't go for free and that if they want to continue, we need to have some income.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them. See what they think. If I had this VIP thing that was basically you have a course a month, and then on the side, I'd also try to do the bourbon of the month thing. I'm trying to figure that one out because I can make $20 per bottle, and I got 20 people right now saying that they'd buy it at the price point that I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the t-shirts.
Yes, Charlie, absolutely. Your customers have the answers for all of that. Yup.
Okay.
Yup.
I'm going to be very busy.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're back. You're going to be very busy.
Okay. All right.
Is the t-shirt funnel that didn't sell as well, is that still running or did that finish?
No, I finished last night.
Cool. No worries.
Done.
No worries. We are now on the data hunt. Why didn't you buy? Going to talk to those customers. Let's do as much of that as we can today. I know sometimes it takes a while to hear back from people, but let's put all the outreach out there today. That way tomorrow we can have a bunch of data. And then let's hit it with Trey. Let's get after it.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome. Good to have you back, Charlie.
Oh, it's good to be back. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man. Always. All right, let's roll over to Margaret's here. Let me roll over to Margaret. How can I help today, Margaret?
Good morning, Dante. Thank you. Got a few questions. I told you, I'm the hopscotcher of your group. We are going to go hard live this Thursday for our next, get my microphone in front of me so you can actually hear me. So we're going to go hard this Thursday. We did our pre-launch. I told you about that. And that was a nice fizzle. And so we're trying to really hit it this week. So the funnel's done. Thank you for getting me to the right funnel. My guys from Upwork are working on some of the back end logistics just to make sure everything's running great. But so I actually have a few questions for you as I think about this. So, and I'm rethinking about whether or not I should make this a 30-day challenge. I think that puts a little pressure on people to actually go through the training. And I think that they would like that because if they're going after grants and stuff, they want to learn as quickly as possible. And so if I put that pressure on them, they'll do that. Could I thought about this morning. It was like an aha moment. And I'm like, why did it take so long to get to this moment? So I have a similar course on Udemy, and I talked about that. It's about a 7-hour course. And so we're going to take some of that, and, just repurpose it for, the grant readiness framework. Well, it's a totally different name. That's not what I called it on Udemy. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going to have to do some editing on that. So could I, because I want to start this week, because there's always going to be something. You just have to get out there and just, close your eyes and jump. And so that's the deal. That's what I'm doing because this stuff keeps me up at night. Could I, since it's going to be broken down into 4 weeks, could I unlock each week as they come up. So say, for instance,
Yes, you can. That's called a drip course, and you have full capabilities in ClickFunnels. This is how we recommend people do things. So you could have week 1, you just drip out module 1, and then you can make module 2 as you're going, right? As week 1 is happening, you're making module 2. Module 2 drips out in week 2. That's we build as we go method. It's called a drip course. You have them in ClickFunnels.
Okay, so if I build as I go, do I have to do it live or can I pre-record it?
Sorry, do what live?
So if I'm doing the drip module, can I don't have to do it live with them as I'm.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Russell likes to do his stuff live, but that's Russell's presentation style. He likes to do courses where he's asking questions, he's seeing questions in the chat. He likes the energy flowing. He also likes to do it live because a lot of times he'll go do day 1 live, and then he'll ask customers, what were your questions about this day? He'll export the Zoom chat and see what people were saying as he's teaching his thing. So if he needs to do any tweaks, he can. But you do not have to do it live.
Okay. So that works better for me not to do it live. Although obviously the web class will be live every Thursday, the free web class.
Yes, until you do a perfect take that you know is going to work. Then we automate that bad boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm all with you on that. So question number 2. So a couple of weeks back, I asked about the payment AI in terms making sure that all of my documentation or what they're asking me. So Stripe was already set up, PayPal was already set up, and so this morning I set up the payment AI, and it says, the config is in progress. How is there a time? Does it take like 2 days, 3 days?
It's typically around 24 hours. It should not take long, and they're actually flying on Payments AI side right now. So I would expect it tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So third question, man, you're just popping through this. I'm like, what kind of coffee did you have this morning? I need some of what you have.
I had ClickFunnels coffee.
Quick funnels coffee with a little bourbon in it. Is that what?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so Q3. So the community and the group, and I think I'm kind of misunderstanding this, and I was just asking your AI, the difference between community and the group, because in my ClickFunnels, I am offering, this is a 2-part question. I am offering a challenge group, but the community is different, right? So the community is kind of like the hub. So everyone comes into the community. Now there's no one in the community. So whoever comes in this week, providing someone comes in, I'd be great with, I really like to get maybe 3 to 5 wins, this week, and it just kind of builds up, right?
Yes, it's exactly right.
And then the group can be the Friday challenge group, because I almost thought it had to be 2 different things, but I don't think so. I think it could be what I changed in here, my funnel is that the challenge group with weekly Q&As on Fridays that they can get their questions answered. They can go through if they're already working on a grant, things like that. And I'll be live every Friday for that.
Yes. Can you share your screen? Let me show you exactly how it works. Ooh, by the way, Charlie, I forgot to ask you. I just saw that school made changes to their programs and their things. Did you see that?
Oh my word, yes. I know all about it. And
Cool.
it's just offering a $9 entry one. I
Yeah.
can talk to anybody who wants to know about it because there's some things that it doesn't do that I would need done.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you had that on your radar. So Margaret, let's can you open up a new browser tab, please, and go to myclickfunnels.com? Lovely. Bingo. Okay, let's go to your community on the left-hand side under your apps. Wonderful. And groups. So you're correct. You create a community, and your community has inside of it multiple different groups. You can have the group access, which is actually, so right here, here's your community. It's the Grant Olympic Momentum. That would typically be like your brand. For instance, ClickFunnels would have a CF community here. Then inside of that community where you can make either private or open, most people leave the community open so everyone can join. Because like you'll have a group. We go from our communities down here to our groups. You'll probably have group A, this one, which will be a general group for everybody. It's a free community, a free group where you can come in and get plugged into Margaret's business. Then you'll have group B, which is probably going to be a paid community. You can see each community gets its own access. So right now you have both communities as open, meaning both groups is open. Your community at the top is private, so nobody will be able to join unless invited. But once in, they would get access to both groups. Does that make sense so far?
Right. Yes, it does. So this really should be open, not private.
Correct. That should be open, and then each group should have its specific access. Like, let's do your course group. You want course group to be only for people who purchase your course, correct?
Right. Correct.
Great. Let's go to the settings of that group on the right-hand side. Now, towards the bottom, we're going to see our access. There it is. You have open, private, and secret. I think you're going to want secret for this. Secret means members can only be added to by purchasing through your upgrade URL. And that's, I think, perfect for you because you're going to have a URL of the community. You send them to an order form where you're selling all the package. And when they buy on that order form, they get access to this community and this course and all that. Is that correct?
Correct. So let me just be clear. I'm wondering if you're kind of saying two different things. So everyone has access to the whole community, and then are you saying for this group, for the course group, because they buy the course, they actually get access to the course?
Correct.
Or this secret for the
correct. We can leave it as open, and open means that every single person can join, whether they purchase or do anything. Private and secret, they both lock down the community so that people can only access if they purchase. It really comes down to visibility. If you use private, that means that people will not be able to join unless they purchase, but they will see it in their customer center. So like, let's say somebody is just a part of your general admission group. They will still see on the left-hand side that there's a course group or a VIP group. They'll see it. And if they click on it, then it'll take them to the click private for me, please. So they'll see it in their customer center. They will see that there's another community they can join. And you put here the upgrade URL, which is the URL of your order form that you send your webinar viewers to. That sells your package. So private allows them to see that the community is there. Secret does not. Secret, let's say they just joined your general admission group, then they will not see in the customer center on the left-hand side, they will not see another group. How the use case works for this is like Russell's $100,000 inner circle. He puts that to secret. He does not need to show that to other people. He's not trying to dangle that carrot in front of people as like, look at the next thing you can do. That $100,000 inner circle coaching is very specific for a very specific customer. So that stays on secret, and he uses his own marketing to get people to upgrade to that. But like One Funnel Away challenge or a lot of his trainings and stuff, he would put those to private. His lower price point stuff, the $7 to $5,000, that would be private because that is the next step in the customer's journey. And we do want to dangle that carrot. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I'm wondering, maybe this should be not secret, but private.
I think so, because you do want to attract people into your free community. And then once they get in there and get value, naturally ascend to your paid product. I think private is actually perfect.
Okay. And so the community could still be the weekly challenge group and stuff like that. Can I do it that way?
Well, can we go back and look at yours so it's easier if I see, just hit back on your breadcrumbs, go back to that other tab. And then right here, top left-ish, there's a little back button right above where I'm. Yes. Yep, you're fine. Great. And let's go back to click community at your top now in the breadcrumbs. Yes, great. That'll take, now we're at your community. I can see your group. So what exactly were you asking?
So I guess I'm trying to make sure that I understand, differentiate between the challenge community, because that's what I want. I want the challenge community group, those that buy the course.
Okay, challenge community is paid. They did the thing.
Right. And so
Got you.
there's no VIP group yet.
Okay.
So the VIP group would be something like, they want one-on-one support, or, something else that they're getting a little bit deeper. But
Yes.
it's important for everyone, to be in the to be in the challenge group where they're learning. They can talk to each other, and then on Fridays we're doing the Q&As.
Yes.
So
Your question, basically, I know exactly what you're asking. Your first one, getting started, that's actually going to be your general admission. That's going to be the free open one for everybody, and you'll leave the access as open. Your next one, that access needs to be made private.
Okay.
Yep, so we can do that together. Click your settings to the right-hand side. Scroll down to your access, and we'll choose private.
And this,
Bingo.
okay. And
Now, later on, the upgrade URL, that is the URL that they go to purchase the product. Do you remember that you can tie all of your assets to the product?
yes.
I think we did this together. It's okay if you don't remember. I'll show you again.
Yes.
It's really important to remember. You tied your course and your community to that product. So when they buy, they get the. So now our upgrade URL, it is the order form or the page that we're selling that specific product. So when they see it, they'd say, see on the left, oh, there's another thing I can do. They don't have access, so it shows a lock. But when they click it, it will take them to the upgrade URL where they can buy the product, do the thing. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but even though that's part of the purchase price of the whole thing, so it's included in the $9.97, and so they don't have to purchase it, they don't have to purchase it again, obviously, to get access to it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and this is the order form.
Unless, of course, you made it a yearly subscription. If next year, and this is all done in the product itself. If you made the product a subscription product that renews every year, then let's say they buy year 1, year 2 comes up and they don't renew. Maybe they lost their credit card, or maybe they just didn't want to renew, whatever reason. If they do not renew the subscription, then they will lose access to these things.
Okay, so you make a really great point. I think you made this the last time we were on the call. So we could do a monthly subscription for them to have access. So after the first 30 days, and that's what gets kind of weird, is that even though it's a 30-day challenge, does it have to be, how would you track, new people coming in? Like today you says, hey, we've got some new people here. And so how do you track if it's 30 days and someone comes on day 5? Am I going to have to track that? Because I think it'll get messy, because this is going to keep going on, and I'm going to have 30 days, 30 days, 30 days.
I would just do one VIP community. This is actually something we're working on, Margaret. We are working on cohorts inside of ClickFunnels. And now with cohorts, you could make each new week is a new cohort. So they enter their cohort, and you pre-make the experience. In the near future, this is going to be really, 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 really simple. Right now, I would just add them to one VIP community. It's and like what I do, it's really, human beings are really cool, Margaret. So right now, what I do in OFA is I have a bunch of different communities, because I have to do it certain ways, right? I don't own OFA, but I have a bunch of different VIP communities, and they all use the same Zoom link. So, and after the 30 days, they could still get in using that same Zoom link. They don't. I have like one person doing that right now. That's it. So your people, they will never even know. You tell them, this is the same link for you to use for the next 30 days. I set it up. It'll be perfect. One link for all of your access. And after 30 days, they're just going to stop hitting it.
They'll do it for me, is what you're saying.
100%. 100%. So I would just make one VIP community, add people into it, and then just like I did right now, some of your people will enter an existing challenge where people are on day 28, 22, yada, yada. Right. Just start each Monday with a welcome to new members. Set the tone, set the scene, easy peasy. It's not a bad customer experience at all.
Okay, that helps, because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to undo all of this work that I've done making it a 30-day challenge. Okay, so I think those are all my questions, and we're just gonna go for it this Thursday.
That's the game. Amazing, Margaret.
All right, thank you.
Cool. Hop in anytime if you have any questions along the way. I'm happy to help. On that note, gang, I did open up the link this week. This is not a game I'm playing with you all, just so you know. But I did open up the Zoom link. So we have 2 p.m. coaching as well. There's different cohorts. Some are at 11 o'clock. Some are at 2 o'clock. In the near future, I'm actually going to be removing the 2 p.m. coaching slot. This is going to be amazing. I need the time to be able to do more cool things. Like one thing I'm making for all of you guys is a link tree. And that link tree is going to be basically a page where you can go to find all resources and assets of the One Funnel Away Challenge. You can go find specific trainings and tutorials, like how to use 99 Designs to find a designer, how to use School to create communities and sell t-shirts. So many cool plans, so many cool things that we're going to do. So in the near future, we will not have 2 p.m. coaching. For this week, though, we do still have 2 p.m. coaching, and I opened up the link. So you guys, I want you all to know I want to be here. I don't have to be. I want to be. So feel free. If anything comes up throughout your day, or if you want to join 2 p.m. coaching just to be a part of a marketing conversation, you are more than welcome to do that this week. Having said that, Mark, I might need to have you roll in at 2 o'clock. We'll see. Let me get to Doug and see how long this takes. Hey, Doug.
Hi, Dante.
Hey.
Let me see. Let me get my share here. Okay.
Hey, 2 o'clock's no problem, Dante. I'll see you then.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. You're the man. All right. Gotcha.
Oh, let me see. Things are in the way again here. Oh boy, oh boy.
Well, I'm seeing, yep, I see you.
That's not the one I want. Oh. Okay, here we go, I think, finally. Okay, what my main problem is I have an email sequence. I had 5 days and I was trying to get 6 and 7 done. So I got email 6 done yesterday. I have some people in a pause right now. But what happened is I ended up well, this is kind of complicated, but I ended up sending an email to like 8 people that were in a pause stage, but I forgot to put the subject line and the pre-header line on it. Okay. So this is another question here. I've got an inactive one that I'm gonna kick in after this one ends, because my 2-week is about to end, in the second half of my 2-week is going to end here in a day. So what I need to do is how can I clone that email inside the workspace? It's not a broadcast, so I can't go there. I don't know if I go to workflows or how to get at it so I can clone it and then send a broadcast out to the people without having to recreate the whole email that I messed up, because I don't think they might not open it. I mean, it's gonna be from a sender. They're gonna see my PB checks, but I don't think it without a subject or a header line, it's gonna be blank. It's not gonna look right.
Correct. Yes, it definitely will. Got it. Okay, I'm actually going to share the screen with you, Doug. It's going to be that. Okay. Okay, great. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Great. I'm just in any workflow. You can go to any workflow to do this. It really doesn't matter where you are. go to the workflow itself, workflow settings in the top right. Then right here, we have a generate a workflow share link. And this is what you should do, Doug. Have you ever used the share funnel feature?
I have, but it's been I know I use the clone feature, but I've never shared a funnel with anybody. I saw that, but I didn't know how that
Cool.
was applicable. No, I've not used the share funnel link. Only when like, importing stuff that's given by ClickFunnels, that might be different.
It's the same thing, Doug. It's exactly the same. So let me just walk you guys through it. This is really valuable for you to know. You can share funnels and workflows and courses and communities, all the things that you build in your account, you can actually share with your people. And like when you share a funnel or a workflow or a course and somebody downloads it to their account, they actually become your affiliate and you get monthly commissions on all the things they're paying to ClickFunnels. It's like the secret roadmap for affiliates. Create great value, give it away for free, and watch your sales skyrocket. Right? Like, and I know it's hard to think about it this way, but go create a funnel that you could sell for $5,000 and give it away for free. Let people plug their products into it, generate affiliate commissions, and then after they're making sales and they want to start pouring into their business, guess who's there with a ramped up version of that funnel for $10,000? It's Doug, it's Charlie, right? So just wanted to point that out with the ClickFunnels sharing function. You can share anything that you are an expert at and you can do well. You can share it and turn it into incomes immediately. But what we do is go to the workflow settings, top right, and then right here, generate a workflow share link. You can share this link with others or yourself, Doug. So we're going to hit generate a workflow share link. It takes just a couple moments. What we're doing is we're putting everything in a link. We're also creating a special link that makes sure to give you affiliate commissions. So just a couple of moments. We can see it was successfully published. Go ahead.
Quick question. Okay, so in the settings, is that just when you're in the workflow, or do I have to be nested inside that, or just be in, the little green workflow icons in the funnel, or how do
Great question.
Where do I get the share link for that particular email, or are we talking something different?
We're cloning the entire sequence. So in that example I was just giving you guys, just generate the share link. After that thing loads, it gives you a specific share URL. You just take that URL, open up a new browser tab, paste it in, and boom, it adds right to your account. So to answer the first question, Doug, for you want to clone a workflow and use it again in a new funnel. Just use the share link. That'll download a new version into your account that you can add to the new funnel. Does that make sense?
No, because I'm not trying to add it to a new funnel. I am just trying to send email out to the people that in my day 6 of my sequence, that got an email without a subject or a pre-header line.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I understand. I wouldn't worry about that. However, I understand you're early on and you want to get all of your efforts out from all the results out from your efforts. So I understand that.
Yes.
What you would have to do, Doug, is you would have to go to your ClickFunnels account, go to your contacts, customers contacts, and then we would have to, there we go, use our filters to that they received. We can go to activity. And then it could be, we could go, there's an email one down here. There we go. It's in our customs. So what we would do is we would make our filters and you could filter out your contacts, Doug, and get only those 8 people that didn't get the subject line. Then you would tag those contacts and just resend the email as a broadcast. Does that make sense?
Okay. I was able to pull the 8 addresses out already because
Nice.
I saw where they are on the pause step in the funnel.
Great.
There's 8 people are being held over there. I took those 8 email addresses. Thank goodness there's only 8. I tagged them. So I have them tagged, but then,
Amazing.
that's kind of where I'm stuck right now.
Okay, amazing. Nice work, Doug. All right. So now that you have those contacts tagged, the game gets super simple. Go down here to your email app. Email is your broadcasts, right? Your broadcast is a one-time email blast. So literally just go there, create a broadcast, name it whatever you want.
Yep.
And then right here, you're send to. You edit the audience and only send this broadcast to those 8 people with the tag.
Oh, that's pretty simple. I was overthinking it. So yeah. So
Cool.
if I hit edit, if you hit edit on it there, I guess you can, yeah, you can pick you X that off, last activity, you put contact tags. There you go. And then you should be able to drop it from the filter. That's simple enough.
Yes, that's it.
Then would you recommend then just copy and pasting the the entire email and recreating, because it's going to be, you're going to have to recreate it, the same thing basically what I'm going to have to do from
Oh,
the
yes.
86
I
in
would
the
just
work.
I would just copy and paste. Do you have like a do you have a crazy design on your email, or is it really simple?
There's well, what I had to do for all the buttons and stuff like that was basically there, because when you drop a text in a row or a paragraph, you can't, the only thing you can link in there is URLs, on like a sentence, and I want to use buttons for more conversion. So it's like an image, and then it's like a paragraph, and then there's like a row with a button, and then there's an image at the bottom. So there's like 3 buttons in there. So it took a while to make to design the email with an image at top, an image at the bottom, and then spaced with paragraphs and buttons, so it's just not like I can copy and paste the text.
I got you. I understand completely.
I mean, I could do it. I can do it, because I have it all there. I'm just saying, or just maybe just say, hey, by the way, we sent an email yesterday. It's got a blank subject line and header line on it. Can you open that one? Can you open that one back up and not reproduce anything? So hopefully that's just the end of my question there.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. So what I was just checking was to see if there's an easy way for us to go into the email itself and go to the settings and like take this email and save it as a template. We're actually redoing that entire process right now. We have some cool stuff I can't talk about because I will definitely I talk way too much. I'll get myself in big trouble here. But this is going to be revamped in the very near future. What I would have you do for now, Doug, everybody, I would have all of you do this. When you come up with your email layout, the way you want your emails to look, I would tell you to go to your workspace settings. Sorry, I did that kind of fast. Bottom left. Let's go to our workspace settings. Then we're going to go to our, I believe it's going to be themes. Let me see. Let's go first into system emails. Right. These are all just system emails. I think it's going to be themes.
Okay.
No, I'm losing my mind. It's email templates. Excuse me, Doug. Workspace settings, and then go to email templates. And I'd like for you to create a template. Now that you know what your design layout is, let's go create that template. And you can just use that template over and over, Doug, in your automations and your broadcasts. So
okay,
like
that's going to be good. So instead of rebuilding it right now in that email, I should probably first just go into workspace settings, email templates, make that template, and then when I go to create a broadcast, I can pull that template out and just modify it.
That's exactly right, Doug. All future workflows can use the same template too. So now you're just editing.
Okay, so if I wanted to keep my images where they were and the buttons where they were, that would stay the same. I just change the text and the paragraphs and stuff like that off of that template.
Yes, sir.
I was able to
All
use
right.
an old email so that it basically copied the entire email that I've used before.
You can. No, you definitely can, Charlie. You definitely can do that. This is just going to be simpler because Doug does send quite a bit of broadcasts as well. So he doesn't have to worry about copying the old email or messing anything up. You just make a standalone template. You're set for life.
No, I meant I copied an email as a template so that, all of Doug's work could be a template, just by copying it over.
Right. You mean like you went to your workflows and you went into a workflow.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't see how to do it.
You mean like this, Charlie? You mean like you went into an email, correct?
Yeah.
And then you were able to turn that email into a template.
If you say edit email, I was able to use an old email as a template.
Yes, but I think we have that functionality gone right now because we're working on it.
Okay.
Yes,
All
when
right.
you did it, we could. There was a little button we could hit that was turned into a template, but we're
Okay.
doing some really
Oh.
cool stuff with that entire process.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so you're
Okay.
you're absolutely
Yeah.
right, Charlie. But Doug, for you specifically, that function
Thanks,
is not
Doug.
here right now. So the best thing you can do, you have a really simple template, a really simple design. Just make it as an email template, and you'll be great forever.
All right, I'll do that. Hey, thanks for sticking with that. All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Any other questions today, Doug?
Well, that's enough for now.
Awesome. Sounds great. Good stuff, man.
Thanks.
Gang, beautiful Monday. It's always a beautiful day here in OFA. Great stuff. It's so good to have you guys back with us. Great to get momentum moving again. For all of our new members, great to have you guys with us. I hope you enjoyed day one. It's going to be this every day for 30 days. Please, I love being your safety net. I'm going to teach you how to not need a safety net over these next 30 days. But as you go forward, every single day, we take a training, and we are funnel hackers. For all of our new members, funnel hackers do not allow ourselves to live in limiting beliefs. As you go through the week one being your belief week, which is so important. I know we want to skip it because we're grown up adults. I know we want to go do other things, but please watch it. It is incredible. So, goodness gracious, come on, brain. Oh, I will teach you how to run this without a safety net, how to truly be your own CEO. But I also want you to know, while you're here in VIP, you do have me as a safety net. So I would hope for you over these next 30 days, excuse me, my hopes for you would be for you to act unabashedly. Unabashedly, meaning without fear. I don't want you to think about the consequences. I don't want you to think about the failures. When we make decisions out of fear and not faith, what has that ever gotten us in life? So you guys said yes to the challenge. You said yes to Russell. You said yes to the training. Over these next 30 days, if you only made me one promise, but you promised to act out of faith and not out of fear, and you took every day unabashedly going towards your goals and where you want to get to, you have a safety net here. I promise over these next 30 days, you will not hit a hurdle that I cannot get you over. So let's go act unabashedly. Let's go do big things, stepping in faith and not in fear. And let's tomorrow go hit a hurdle. Bring me to it. Bring it to me. I'll be happy to get you over it. Today, we have a little time before the 2 p.m. session. Let's go hit hurdles and let's go do big things, gang. For all of our new members, it's great to have you here. For all of our existing members, it is so good to have you guys back. I'm always excited to be with you. We do have 2 p.m. coaching later today. It's currently 12:34 Eastern Standard Time. Just in case you're trying to get your clock set up, 12:34 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be back live at 2 p.m. in an hour and a half. I'm going to go scarf down some lunch, go write some copy, and I'll be right back with you guys. The link is open. Everybody and anybody is welcome to join in at 2 p.m. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there.